Hello, my name's StiK and I'm responsible for this character Shooty. I draw him on in Shoot magazine, and this is me sort of setting up the layout. I'm drawing circles for the head and the eyes, and just doing it very lightly, just to sort of map out where everything is. So doing circles and shapes is sort of the best way to do it. Shooty is he's looking into a crystal ball and predicting the future, so I've sort of done the crystal ball in front of him, and I'm just doing the hands. But if you do everything nice and light, you sort of get a feel for where everything's going, and then you start sort of thickening everything up, as you can see I'm doing here. Now I don't actually draw this fast. This is sped up 5 times, so I'm quite quick, but not this fast. Nice shadow of my head there. Terrible haircut, but never mind. But as you can see, I'm just sort of bringing everything up to scratch and working everything out, giving him his smile, and then putting in shadows just to sort of indicate where there's light coming from the crystal ball. So I'm just trying to sort of indicate that with shadows and what have you. And as I'm drawing it, I think, oh, that looks a bit boring, so I draw this skull just like that, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So that done, I ship it into Photoshop. It's in the computer now, so I'm just messing around with everything and starting to do the eyes. Just working out line work. It's quite difficult sometimes to get a nice arc when you're drawing into the computer. I use a Wacom tablet, so I've got a sort of pen device to do it, but just getting the shape right is sometimes difficult. So it doesn't matter if you have a few attempts. You can sort of clip off bits you don't like and what have you. Now I'm just going to the focal point of his kind of turban-y thing, his emerald. Sort of, yeah, I mean, you just sort of go around looking at things, and usually I sort of work from the centre outwards, so sort of the eyes and the nose and all that sort of thing. And I've got the pencil sketch on another layer, and I'm doing everything on a layer above it, so I don't actually sort of have to rub out any of the line work. It's all above, and it's like tracing really. So giving him a moustache, and I was looking at I was clipping off his mouth and everything, and then I realised I quite like the fact I'd like to see his mouth, so I continued with that. You can make decisions, and you know, don't be a slave to your initial drawing. I always think, well, hang on a minute, that's not quite working. So I decided to finish off the head, which I'm doing here, and I just copied his ear over because it's exactly the same, so there's no point drawing it twice. Nice thick line for the turban, just to pop his head out. There's no background on this. For the magazine, he's just going to be floating above something, so I wanted him to sort of stand out, so a nice thick line round him, and just nice strokes, fluid line work. And where I don't like it, I clip off all the sort of the dull edges to make it look like a nice sharp feather. So think about what you're drawing. And see, what I've done is I moved the crystal ball down, so it's no way impeding where his mouth is, because it's kind of like a gag. I kind of started feeling a bit sort of claustrophobic with that in front, so I got rid of that. And yeah, this is Peter Crouch, obviously, on a diet. So yeah, just finishing off the table again. You see, I go in close, have a look at the line work, make sure that I'm happy with it, and where I can, keep it nice and fluid, and then just nipping and tucking little lines and all that sort of stuff off. So just looking at things and making sure that I like it. Nice thick line work around the hands, because they're quite important. I want them to stand out. It's quite a sort of dynamic picture, and just getting rid of lines that I don't need. Obviously the hands are in front of the face, so I've nipping off the line work that is behind the actual hand. And just finishing off his sort of t-shirt, looking at it. I'm saving there. Always save. If you get a power cut, you'll be pleased that you keep saving. So if you're doing work every sort of 10 minutes or so, save it. I did a job in London once, and I was working on it for 2 hours, and there was a power cut, and I lost 2 hours work. Not fun. So I'm just sort of doing nice shadows just to place them on top of the table, thickening up the line work there, and I think I'm almost done with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Just colouring up a few bits and pieces. And the next stage, once I've done all that stuff, is I ship it into Illustrator. This is Photoshop, so it's bitmap. I'm going to put it into Illustrator, and here we are. Illustrator is vectors, and the difference with vectors is that you can blow them up to any size you like. Trouble is, when you're drawing something like Illustrator, I find it sort of confines my line work a bit. So what I like to do is I do all my line work in Photoshop, so it looks nice and fluid, and then I ship it into to Illustrator to colour it up. I don't do that all the time, but for this in Shoot, they like to do posters and things and do it at all different sizes, so that's why I colour him up in Illustrator here. Now you notice what I'm doing is the shadow work on his skin tone. Now what I did there was I had a swatch of the actual skin tone, and then I darkened it so it looks like it's a shadow of the skin tone of his face. So bear in mind what I'm doing here is he's looking into a light source, which is the crystal ball. So I'm trying to sort of make it look nice and dynamic, and thinking of the shadow. So I'm doing light on the sort of bottom bits of his face that are sort of reflecting the light, and dark where it's hidden, and it's quite a nice effect. It's very simple, as you can see, and basically, I mean, art is very simple. People just try and complicate it. If you think of art as just a series of shapes and varying colours, it is very easy. Now I think I forgot how to. I wanted to do a graduated tone on this crystal ball, and I can't for the life of me remember how to do it. So in the end, lots of messing about. Going, oh, I can't remember how to do it. I thought, well, keep it nice and graphic. So I did a little sort of light bit in the middle, and then some nice wiggly woggly kind of Jack Kirby-esque wibbly wobbly lines as sort of darker green. And again, I kind of used everything from that initial green and just darkened them or lightened them, so it has some sort of relationship to that colour, and gives it a feeling of truth, kind of. Not that anyway. So started colouring this up again. Nice sort of green, kind of emeraldy green colour. It's kind of, to me, that's a very sort of interesting kind of magical colour. And I think we're done. Oh no, we're not. Just wanted to colour in his turban. That's right. And that's on a layer below, actually, if you want to know that. But, I'm sure you don't. But again, just doing light and darks. And there's only 3 colours there, but it gives you a nice sense of shape. Be very sympathetic to the shape. Think about what sort of shape it is, and do your shadows accordingly. And there's little emerald again, just 3 colours, but it pops out quite nicely, nice and graphic, punchy. And yeah, what was I doing now? I can't remember what I was doing. Oh, I was just doing a little bit of highlight on his teeth, and that's done. And this is the finished illustration that's going to be published in Shoot, in newsagents today, I believe. So have a look out for it. I'll be doing more of these later.